What would you do if you had an extra 5 to 7 hours per week? Well, unfortunately, we cannot add extra hours to the week, but what we can do is find ways to save 7 hours per week so that we can use it with our students. See, generally, teachers spend 40 to 50% of their time, almost half of their time each week, planning, grading, administration, all those things that are not actually providing instruction and interacting with students. We're going to find 5 ways, we're going to look at 5 ways to save time there so you can do all the stuff that you need to do with your students and still have some time and energy left over for your family. All right, so number 1, popping right into it. This is the big one, lesson planning, creating lessons and units. If we take the amount of time teachers spend per week compared to how much time it would take with AI support, we're saving 1 to 2 hours per week. So there's our first couple of hours per week. And there are some things we can do there, lesson plans, generating activities, adaptations, and so forth. The big one is drafting lesson plans. So let me show you what that might look like. I know I've got other videos on what goes into a lesson plan, but I spent some time and really fleshed them out for you. Don't create screenshots. Don't try to write them down. Click the link in the description. It will take you straight over to our web page. The whole prompt will be there for you. So just go over there and get it. All right. You're an experienced K-12 coach. Highly effective lesson plans. All right, so as you'll see on this and the upcoming ones, a lot of this is simply boilerplate, which means make yourself a template. Then just modify the details specific to the lesson or the unit. So for example, grade level and content area is going to be the same. You will modify the topic. You may or may not modify the standards. You might ask the AI to identify the relevant standards. Your pedagogical approach is probably going to be the same for most. Class context, learning objective, you'll modify it. But then after that, this is all boilerplate. Learning objectives, materials, the instructional flow, differentiation, and on and on and on. So you only have to spend a little bit of time up front, and you've got a pretty good lesson plan. Just for giggles. Let me go ahead and run this one. I'm not going to run all of them, but I will run this one. So if you were to create a fully fleshed out lesson plan, or even to take one you've delivered in the past, because we tend to teach the same things over and over because they worked once and we cross our fingers that they will work again. So how much time would you need to do that? Well, after making a few modifications to the prompt, it's done. Can you do it that fast? That's how we get our first 1 to 2 hours of savings per week. All right, so that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, grading and feedback. After we've done some stuff to the kids, how did they do and what do we tell them, right? That's kind of what this means here. Here, we're going to save an additional 1 to 2 hours per week, which means we're now up to 2 to 4 hours total savings throughout the week. It's starting to add up. Rubric-based comments. AIs make great rubrics, but then we use them and we have to get something back to the kids. AIs can also help with that with a good prompt. And feedback and strengths and growth areas. Let me show you the prompt for rubric feedback. Now, it'll be on the website. Again, it's going to be a lot of boilerplate here. What's going to change is the assignment type and the topic and maybe the objective. Now here I did go ahead and put the rubric in here, but if you have a rubric, which maybe AI helped you create, simply upload it. And you don't even have to fill out that part. And then eventually, what did a particular student do? And what are some comments that you made about the student? So this is the part you're going to modify per student. But then after that, what should the feedback look like? All of this is going to be the same every single time. And that is how we save another couple of hours per week. Hi, David Bowman here. If you are enjoying this video and these techniques, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, if you are a school administrator or a PD lead and you're looking for some support for your staff to make the most effective use of AI within the learning environment, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. We'd love to talk to you about how we can work together to make sure that your staff is using AI effectively to meet the learning needs of kids. Now, back to the video. Number 3, differentiation and accessibility. Here's the fact. We tend to write one lesson plan when really we generally need 3 or 4 lesson plans per lesson. Some kids are advanced, some are struggling, some have specific needs from you. The same plan doesn't work for all the kids. So we need not one, but multiple versions of the same plan. Which is why we can save a lot of time by adjusting the assignment difficulty levels. And I've got, as before, a great prompt for you to do that. Again, mostly boilerplate. You're going to adjust a few pieces here for the specific assignment and boilerplate, etc. And then here's our different levels of differentiation: emerging, on level, advanced level, and some things we want for all the different levels and all the different variations of the plan. So that is going to save us another half an hour to hour per week, bringing us up to 2.5 to 5 hours total savings. And 4, communication and documentation. This is writing stuff down, submitting it, publishing it, sending it to parents, all those things. But there's one thing that we often overlook because nobody's got time, which is meeting notes. There we go. Here it is. All right. You go to a meeting, you take a bunch of notes. What do you do with them? Well, you're probably not going to go back and look at your raw notes, so let's turn them into something usable or send them home to parents. Here are things that we are talking about. Or maybe it's a parent meeting you've had and you want to generate something. Let's turn that over or get some help from AI. Experienced administrator or teacher, type of meeting, this gets modified. Focus topic gets modified. Who was there? Who's going to get the document? So that you modify. And the rest is boilerplate. Now, one thing you're going to have to do, you've got some notes, obviously provide them. If they are typed notes, save them and upload them. If they are handwritten notes, take a picture or scan them and send that to the AI and let the AI interpret it. If ChatGPT can read my writing, it can read anybody's writing. Just saying. And it does. And then a lot of boilerplate. And finally, what did that save us? Let me see. What did that save us? All right, we're up to 3 to 6 hours now. And our final strategy, this is stuff for you, the teacher. These are the resources that you use during the instructional delivery, the quizzes, the rubrics. I've got whole videos on rubrics. Go see them. But I've got a different take on that, or a more fully fleshed out prompt that I'll show you. This is going to save us up to another hour per week, bringing us up to a grand total of 7 hours of savings per week, which is amazing, frankly. So let me just show you very quickly the rubric prompt. It'll be on the website again. As you're going down to the description, to click on the link to the web page to get all of these, make sure you stop by the subscribe button and the like button. Just saying. All right. Boilerplate at the top. What's it about? You've got some specific things that you're going to do. And then finally, all the boilerplate. And now you have saved 7 hours per week that you can spend with your kids, your students, your colleagues, and your family. I hope you found these techniques useful. Take care.